Hey everyone, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. It's Tuesday, January the 12th, 2010. And so first of all, I only made 2 hats last week because I've been sewing like crazy for the last week. So first of all, let's show this one first because it's really big on me. This was made with some ribbon yarn. Let's see if I can get it so you can see that the little shiny bits. So it's ribbon yarn that Dragon Singer wrapped up to have a Star Nuts wrapper on and mailed to me. So it's actually a little too big. I lose my eyebrows when I put it on. But it's really good for warm ears. And it's just a half double, and then I did some X stitches in here. And then I made this one, which is the same bobble hat I made last week. This pattern's still being tested, so I haven't posted it, and I will let you guys know when it's online because several of you have been asking. If you guys watch other Talk to Me Tuesday videos, you may have seen Archer Pren's video last week in which she made me stop watching because she had things that she wanted to keep a secret from me. And she sent me this great homespun zigzaggy blanket, which is kind of dark so it's hard to see in the photo. And this is going to go to the Linus Connection this weekend, which is my favorite charity, and that was one of the things I put on my live journal wish list this year, was to donate a blanket to either the Linus Connection or a place like the Linus Connection in your own area. So she sent me a blanket for the Linus Connection. She also sent me these little earrings, which you can see match my hat. They're orange and yellow, very fiery. Also, I received a package from Jose, who lives in Canada, and she sent me a couple of things. Let me open these up really quick so I can show them to you. First of all is a Crafty Witch. This is a Leaky Cauldron. It's hard to see because you got the glare on it, but it's a Crafty Witch ornament. It has a little Leaky Cauldron Crafty Witch icon in there. I used to be a Leaky Cauldron Crafty Witch, and for a while it was just Jose and myself, and we were the only 2 Crafty Witches. I haven't worked there in quite some time, but the Crafty Witches are still very near and dear to my heart. And she also sent me a Harry Potter Crafts, but you can't really see this one either because it's so clear. It's getting the glare from the monitor. Anyway, it's got the Harry Potter Crafts emblem in there, and it's got a little little snowflake type stuff in there, and it's very, very cute. So these will go on my Christmas tree next year. She also sent me her trademark item, which is a padded photo album, and it's padded with Harry Potter fabric, and it says Potterific Moments inside. So those are the things that I received this week, which were wonderful, amazing, and of course surprises. On to things that I've been working on. First of all, I've been working on my donation for the 1 million pillowcase challenge, and the pillowcases that I make will go through Honeybee Quilt Store to a local children's shelter. So I think I've made 7 so far. And this is, my friend Osi last week at the sewing day that we had showed us all how to do the hot dog method of pillowcase making. And I'll put it, there are a couple of tutorials out there, so I'll put a link for that. This is a very simple one that I made that just has lace. And I actually think this fabric came from Mkissa to be used for Linus. And I'm sorry, Mkissa, I didn't use it for Linus, but it is going to charity. And I got 2 pillowcases out of this fabric, and it will... See, the top of this one is also this fabric, and I used a ribbon on this one. You got the little zigzag there. And then I have this one, which I actually did some piecing on. And the thing about this is that you make the top, you add the flange, and then you add the bottom all at the same time in one big roll, so that you get this, you have no seams. On the inside you have no raw seams. So you don't have raw seams because of the way you do the top, and then you make French seams so that there are no raw seams whatsoever, and you don't need a serge or anything like that, just no raw seams. This is the first one I did, which is a little bit smaller. So top, flange, and this is flannel. And these are all just fabrics I had on hand, stuff that I hadn't used or I just had a little bit of yardage of. And these are flannels, and the flange is homespun, so this one's really soft. This one One of these fabrics is a fabric I've had forever and was not fond of at all and never thought I would use it, and actually contemplated just donating it to Linus so that someone else could use it. It's this sort of stripy, old-fashioned looking apples and checkerboard, but I thought it actually came out pretty good with the sort of bandana fabric and the red polka dotted ribbon on there. And the last one is this one, which has a flowery top and then butterflies and bugs and stuff sort of on a tie-dye. And then this is the leftover from the back of my Sunbonnet Stew quilt. I want to make 10 total, and then I will take those up to the Honeybee Quilt Store for my donation. I've done a couple of projects this week to help encourage us to be more sustainable and earth-friendly. So one of the things I did, I repaired all of my green bags. I have store-bought green bags because, honestly, it's easier to spend 99 cents on a green bag for me with all the other things I have to make than to make all of my own green bags, because I need 8 to 10 just to buy groceries for my family. So I fixed all the broken seams, I made new inserts, and I actually blogged about that, so I'll put a link to that, and I'm not going to show you my green bags because they're not exciting at all. Another thing I did is my entire family takes their lunch every day, work and school. We make lunches and they go to work in reusable lunch boxes. And one of the things I've been meaning to do for a while was to make reusable napkins just for the lunch boxes. We always use fabric napkins for meals, but so I made, and this, you'll recognize this from the pillowcase fabric, I made little napkins that'll go in the lunch boxes, and we started using these today. And what I did was I took the leftover fabric I had, I cut it in 9-inch widths, and then I just hemmed all the way down 2 sides, and then cut it 9 inches the other directions, and then just hem those sides. I didn't measure anything, and you can see they're not all perfect, because after I cut the 9 inches, I didn't worry about, you know, trying to make sure I had perfect half inches or anything like that. And I ended up with about 25 from, I think, 4 or 5 strips that I had left. And so these are, it's sort of a chambray-like fabric, and they'll go in the lunches and be reusable. And the very last thing, which is a big deal because this week is the deadline for Batiks On Black. And these all have Batiks On Black in them. And these are, I made some myself because I wanted to throw some in the pot. I made 6 so far. I might make a couple more and throw in. But they are coming in, and instead of announcing it today, because the blocks are still coming in, and I've gotten a lot of emails from people saying that they've mailed their blocks, but they haven't actually arrived yet, I will announce it on next week's Talk to Me Tuesday, and I'll show you all the blocks and announce the winner and get those in the mail. So someone is going to win all the Batiks On Black. There are lots of great ones. I'm going to have to make a monster list to figure out who has how many entries, because if you remember, if you make a block, you get an entry. If it's a sew hooked block, you get 2 entries. And if you post a picture to the Sew Hooked Batiks On Black Flickr group, you get 3 entries. So that's for every block that you enter. So I will go back and figure out who has how many entries, and I will draw the name on Talk to Me Tuesday, and then you guys can see, who wins. I just announced last week on Harry Potter Paper Piecing that there's a huge challenge that's going to be going on from January until July. It's called the Complete Your Quilt Top Challenge, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's completing your Harry Potter quilt. 80% of your blocks need to be from Sew Hooked. The other 20% can be your own or from anywhere else. You can have 20 blocks to 63 blocks, individual quilt squares. It can be up to king size. And when we get all of the entries in July, I'll make a big post that has pictures of all the quilt tops. The members of Harry Potter Paper Piecing, only members, will get to vote, and whichever one is chosen as the favorite will be quilted for free by Hermione Jean, the owner of Rock Creek Quilts. She is the official quilter for Harry Potter Quilts, and she is donating her services. So if you have a quilt that needs to be quilted, or you know someone that has a quilt that needs to be quilted, send her some business, because she is doing this for us for free. And we need to show her our amazing gratitude, because this is not an inexpensive product. I'm really excited about this. I hope a lot of people get their quilt tops finished, and I hope we see a lot of really beautiful work. I think that's it for now. I will see you guys next week. Bye!